Hi guys, it's Matt here from Sketch Group. I'm absolutely buzzing because my fiance Jo and we've just bought our dream home, and I wanted to capture this video of the story that went into how that happened because it kind of relates to a new product we've got in the graphic gear store. So it's a bit of a tale, bear with me. It's just amazing. We are pinching ourselves about how this happened. So currently we're still renting. It was kind of on our roadmap to one day sell the tiny 2-bedroom place that we used to live in and trade up to a place that we own. But at the moment, we're so comfortable in this rental. It's a beautiful home. It's fine, and we hate moving. We kind of want to do that as infrequently as absolutely possible. So we weren't really looking for a place, but every now and then, you jump onto the realestate.com app and have a look at what's around. And I did this a week ago, and this place popped up, and I said to Jo, look at this amazing place. Like, it's actually quite kind of grand and opulent. It wasn't really kind of the kind of property that we thought we had any right to bid on, because it's so spacious and beautiful, and had all this French provincial furniture. It looks amazing. So we were looking at it just purely from admiration rather than thinking that we would be a contender. And I didn't think that we could sell my 2-bedroom place and pull together finance in time to be able to make an offer anyway. So we weren't serious. But I went for a jog the next day, and I was kind of ticking away in my head, thinking about the place, probably falling more in love with it the more I kept looking at the photos. And I had the quite obvious realization that you don't need to sell property in order to buy property. There's this thing called a settlement date, and you can kind of juggle things so that as long as you've got a deposit, it's kind of obvious in hindsight. But I wasn't in that headspace to be actively looking for places, so I hadn't thought through how it all works. So I'd kind of just discounted this property. But then I had the realization maybe it was a possibility. And so Jo and I crunched some numbers, and we had a think, and we decided to go and inspect the place. We had a look. It was even more beautiful in person than in the photos, and we decided, crunched our numbers and thought we could probably put in an offer before auction, kind of go early. So we did that, and we also went along to the open for inspection that was scheduled, and there was only one other family there. And that I thought was quite odd, because it's such an impressive home. I thought even interested people would just want to have a look just out of curiosity. So we kind of thought, well, maybe this isn't on people's radar yet, and if we go in early with an offer before auction, we might be in with a chance. So I wrote a letter, and I've got the letter printed out here, to the agent, asking them to please let the owner know that we are a family that would love the spaces, that we love the house, and that we would look after it in the same way that it's clearly been maintained and cared for. And I didn't really think that the agent would pass that on to the owner. But you've got to put yourself in the best position to have something go your way, right? And so I submitted that formal offer. They asked me to sign a contract, and then we said in the letter that the offer expires at 5 p.m. on Friday, because we were looking for other places and want to have the flexibility to possibly bid on another property that was coming up on the weekend. So maybe a little bit of a white lie. There was another place that we were looking at. It wasn't as nice as this one, but it just meant that the ball was no longer in our court, it was in their court. And so on Friday afternoon, I had to take my kids to the dentist. So I hadn't left myself a lot of time. I was frantically picking them up from school and racing to get to the dentist, and all the meanwhile checking my watch, wondering as it got closer and closer to the end of the day why I hadn't received a call. So I had one of my children was in the car. I'd actually left my phone in the car when I went to pick up my other daughter, and I was running around in the schoolyard trying to find her, and my watch rang. And so I'm there on the basketball court looking for my daughter who's run off with a friend, and the agent calls, and I thought, goodness, I have to take this call even though it's just through the watch. So I answered the call, and the agent said, yeah, I'm just sending through the updated contract for the owner to sign. And I said, hang on, are you calling to tell me that our offer's been accepted? He said, oh, yeah, congratulations. And I just, I could not believe it. And I was jumping up and down on the basketball court, and I finally found my daughter, and I said, I've got some news. We've got to go and tell the rest of the family. And so I grabbed her and we ran to the car, and the poor thing, she's like, Daddy, why are we running? What's the problem? She was so confused, and we got to the car, and I grabbed my phone, and I said to my other daughter, we've got to call Joe, and I've got some news. And so I'm on the phone, and of course my darling partner is in the backyard hanging clothes on the line and didn't have her phone with her, so she didn't pick up. So I couldn't tell the whole family at the same time, but I told the girls there and then that we'd bought this amazing house. And then I managed to get hold of Joe later and tell her the news. But what I found out afterwards from the agent was that apparently the owner had received 2 other offers that were higher than ours, but because of that letter, she decided to give it to us. And I still can't believe that. Well, I can believe that. And now that I've met the owner, because we went to visit the place on the weekend to show the girls their new home, and I thought maybe it would be a bit awkward if the owner was home, that she, I just was not worried, but, who knows how that kind of interaction is going to go. And the owner of the house opened the front door and gave us a big hug and said, I'm so excited that you guys are buying this house. You're going to love it. And I just said to her, not as excited as we are. That was amazing, but there's more to it. So when I told some of my friends that we just bought this amazing home, one of them, Kirsten, my colleague, she said to me, so that vision board worked well then? And I just said, what are you talking about? She said, the mountain, the big poster thing that we've made for the store. So let me talk to you about this vision board. We're calling it the Facilitator's Friend. So this is a product that we have just put in the online store, and I'd forgotten that we'd given it a test run. So we've made this product, we're calling it Facilitator's Friend. It's basically for facilitators and coaches to use with groups or with clients to be able to use visuals to lead a conversation if they're not comfortable drawing themselves. And so the first image that we've run with is this mountain. If you've ever been in a facilitated group session, you may have seen this metaphor used as a way of tackling challenges in order to achieve your goal. And so we came up with this idea of illustrating whiteboard marker friendly laminated poster with these kind of Velcro stick-on things for facilitators and coaches to lead those conversations. And so Joe and I thought, we've got this product, but we don't really know how to use it because we've done some facilitation, but we're actually not facilitation experts. We're all about the visualization stuff. So let's give it a test run and see if it actually works, if it's any good. And I'd forgotten that we'd done this, but Joe and I sat down with this about 3 months ago and wrote, let's test this out and say that our goal is to buy our dream home. And so we've got these like backpacks and ropes and gloves, like this helping hand enabling things. And we've got these ravines and falling rocks and stormy clouds and these other elements that are challenges, and then there's the goal at the top. So Joe and I did a brain dump of, this is our dream home that we want to buy. What have we got that's enabling that? We've got a good accountant, we've got a deposit, we've got, we've got plenty of time, we're not in a hurry because we're comfortable where we are. But then some of the challenges are, house prices are really expensive at the moment. Joe's not working because she's looking after our baby, so we've got a single income. It takes time to find the place that you don't want to have to make changes to. And so we just did this big brain dump and then forgot about it. But clearly, some kind of subconscious shift occurred for us to be in a position to pounce when the right property came along. Like I said, we weren't actively looking, but clearly our subconscious was aligned so that when we spotted this property, we were able to be brave and decisive and to go in hard and make a big move. And on this occasion, it paid off. So I'm not saying that that we asked the universe and the universe provided, but I do think there is definitely something going on here where we've used this tool to put ourselves in the position to move towards that goal. And then when the right circumstances, when things aligned, we were ready. So I'm really excited about this tool. We've got a bunch of other visuals that we're working on so that you can, if the mountain theme is not the right theme for your conversation, there's a few different options. Check it out. It's called Facilitator's Friend. We're really proud of it. And I'm obviously a big advocate for what's possible in using a tool like this, because we are just pinching ourselves at this amazing house that we've just bought and we're super excited about moving into. That's all I wanted to capture. Check it out. Cheers.